Sentinels won their first VCT event after 1,028 days. Well, what happened? How did that happen? Was it Tens? Or was it Saucy? Or was it even John Cutie, the new IGL? Or was it Jekin popping off every map? Well, I think it was Gelsis, the one and only hype man of the team. That was, I think, the biggest reason why they won, and let me tell you why. I mean, everybody played well, right? Tenj was back in his form, playing his Omen, and if not KO sometimes here and there, but he was up in his form, doing his best he could. Zekin, I was out there dropping 30 kills on Champ. It was crazy, right? He was dropping 30 with Raze. I mean, he had I think, one bad game, and that's it, right? He was the most consistent player we have seen, and some people might say he's the best duelist right now. And it's valid, it's valid. John QT coming up with the best IGL that we have ever seen in Sentinels. I mean, tier 2 player on the first time in big stage, really proving himself out there, right? With like insane, what do you call, callouts and insane stats. Super, super consistent. Now we have Saucy, right? The former champion. He is the first player to ever win a Champions International and Champions Madrid Masters, I think, something like that. He's the first person to win Masters and Champions, so he's really a great player, right? He did most of the initiator work on Sentinels. He proved himself. In general, everybody played great, but Jelsis was the guy who took it to the next level, right? I mean, after every time you've seen him stand up, hype his team. I mean, if you have seen like Sentinel's comms, like uncensored, he's just up there every round. There's something happening. He's always keeping the vibe up, yelling, like just creating the mood, right? And I think Sentinel was missing that because we know Tens, he's a wholesome player. Don't get me wrong, but he does get into pressure because of his IRL stuff right now, so he can't really do the hyping work, right? Jekin, of course, he's a troll. Everybody calls Jekin a troll because he's just a really chill dude, right? He has the energy, he has the potential, but alone, he couldn't do much for the hype, right? Saucy, he's more of a serious player. He likes to have fun, but I think he's more focused on that game and doesn't really care about the trolling part of Sentinels. John Cutie, I mean, he's IGL. He has to focus on the tactical side of the Valorant, so they needed somebody to do the hype work, and well, Jelsis had it. Kaplan said it multiple times. Jelsis made his work so easy just because of how much he's talking, how much having, like right here you can see standing up, like oh my god, it's just every round you see this from him. It's insane, right? And why do I think Sentinel misses this hype thing? Well, if you ever seen, Sentinel has pulled some comebacks this season, like on Split that one time I believe, and on Icebox. They were pretty down bad, but then you see Chelsea is always standing up and yelling no matter what happens, and I think that really what brought them back in these games, right? I mean, the only other person I can think who can smile in any situation and create like what do you call untense, like chill environment is Sadak, loud Sadak. I say that because I've seen that man smile every time, no matter if they're losing badly or winning. I've seen that man always a smile, and I think that's the biggest thing in this game, right? Knowing when to smile, like knowing even if you're losing, you have to keep the mood up, keep the vibe up, and keep trying. That's what takes the biggest skill, and I think Chelsea is just the foundation of that, right? That boy is always smiling, always standing up, cheering his team up, hyping it up, like always making sure the energy is up there. And I think that's what really makes him different than any other pro players right now. And don't get me wrong, not only is he a hype man, he's also an insane player. Like, if you guys haven't seen yet in the background, I've been playing the VCT. Every round, I think Chelsea has done something like a finishing kill or a 3K or a standing up, cheering, something like that. Every round you've seen in his VCT in the background, he has done something to contribute to the win. It can be either standing up, hyping, yelling, killing, getting 3Ks, getting 2Ks, getting the clutch. I don't know. Just it's there, okay? And he does this consistently. That's what matters. Consistency is like literally the key to this guy. And I don't think Chelsea has ever found this kind of team, right, where he feels home before the Sentinels. I think Sentinel really likes the way he adapts to the team as well, right? Like I think they fit into each other, right? I don't know. It's just really hard to imagine Chelsea in any other team performing this well except Sentinels. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about that. Now, speaking of Jelsis, I think I've said mostly what I want to say about Jelsis. Like, he's a hype man, anything like that. I don't want to repeat the same stuff over and over again, but you get the idea, right? Now, why do I think he is actually the reason Sentinel won? Well, it's because Sentinel were missing that role play, right? I mean, with Pankara, he could play like controller mostly. Don't get me wrong, he's a champions player, but with Jelsis, he's such a free agent, right? He can play Killjoy, he can play like Viper, he can play like Omen. Sometimes I've seen him play that, and he can also play like Viper, right? He's such a flexible agent, and that gives more room for like let's say John QT to hover around different areas and give Jekin the full advantage of playing duelist, and also like makes job easier for Tens, right? So he doesn't have to be solo Omen or something like that, and he can like turn to and Tens can play to KO or something like that, right? Like it takes the pain off every person in Sentinels, and it makes John QT's life easier as IGL as well, right? Because if you're comfy on a role, you will perform better, and Chelsea just helps everybody do that. Now, why do I why do I say like Chelsea's won't be as good in any other team except Sentinels? Well, they have the energy. I feel like everybody in Sentinel matches Chelsea's energy, and I don't think I've ever seen that before, right? Zelsis is at a time right now where he's at peak of his career, like at the very, very peak. You have never seen Zelsis perform this good ever before. You cannot tell me you have. All right, and I think he just has the perfect team to do so. Right, he's free. He has Jekin if he makes a mistake. He has Tens to make up for whatever he's doing wrong. He has Jean QT to let him know what to do. He has Saucy to guide him and help him like do his things. He has the entire team behind his back, and everybody is a champion level player. And there's just one champion, so everybody is a winner. Right, everybody has been a winner, and now this team is looking really scary to me, right? This team might be the next Loud or Fnatic or Valorant. Now, will this team compete at this level forever? Can't say. It's really hard to keep this form up, right? The teams will come up. Like this year, we had Gen.G, we had Carmine Corp, like a team, the new team that we never heard about before, mostly coming up into Madrid and like showing what they are really capable of, right? So there's a lot of underdogs in Valorant. Don't get me wrong. And this VCT proved that the underdogs have potential, and Valorant is a game where anything can happen, right? So I mean, it's a great. This event I think was the best by far, not just because Sentinels were showing their true form, but because of every team was up there, like underdogs, like the pro top teams. Everybody was there, right, fighting, brawling it out. I mean, the best won, and I think Sentinel was the best this year. There was no doubt about it. And whew, I don't know what much to say. I feel like you guys might be thinking I'm glazing and stuff like that right now, but it just it just it's just facts, man. I cannot say anything else. Like this team is insane right now. There's not much that they can prove. Now, just so you don't think I'm only glazing Chelsea's out here, I do want to acknowledge other players in the team like Zekin, Shashi, John QT, Tens. Tens having problems with RL stuff and still maintaining the form he has right now is really nice to see, right? All props to props to Tens. Sorry for keeping up. I really, really, really hope he gets better and his fiance gets better as well. But John QT, right? I really want to talk about him real quick, just a little end. It's his first time in the global stage as a tier 2 player back then, right? And he just shows that how much potential Valorant players have even at the tier 2 level, right? And anybody can turn into pro as long as you can prove that self in the big stage. And I think that's what I'm talking about, the opportunities, right? It's really hard to find opportunities to play in the big stage in Valorant, and many people go unnoticed, right? Like John QT, that he did go unnoticed back then, right? And yeah, I mean, Saucy playing for 10 years, nothing to say, just a average bald guy playing his best he can. I mean, he's just demon. And Gel says Exit didn't prove him right, and well, he's had Sentinels to prove that he is the best player right now in NA. I mean, I'm not NA, the whole world now. No, like he beat everybody else. So dropping 100 plus kills on the finals, I believe. Like it's insane. Thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I mean, comment below. And if you have any question, anything regarding, I know I might have repeated a lot of words here and there, but I just wanted to get this video out quickly, just so we don't get behind Chelsea's peak area, peak time, right? And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.